Do you ever feel like you're constantly tidying? And yet your home never really stays tidy? You clear the counters, put the toys away, fold the laundry, and by evening it's like you never did a thing. I used to think the only way to keep things under control was to clean more. But over time I've learned something else entirely. A consistently calm home doesn't come from working harder. It comes from building small, quiet habits that do the work for you. And in this video, I'm sharing 10 simple habits we've built into our everyday life. Habits that have kept our home feeling lighter, more manageable, and honestly, way more peaceful. No perfection, no pressure. Just tiny changes that make a big difference over time. Let's get started. Now, let's start with habit 1 is give everything a home. One of the biggest reasons clutter keeps coming back isn't because we're messy. It's because we don't know where things are supposed to go. We toss keys on any flat surface, stuff mail wherever there's room, shove items into random drawers and then can't find them when we need them. Over time, this creates not just a mess, but stress. You waste time looking for things. You get frustrated. And worst of all, you start buying duplicates because you can't find what you already have. The solution is surprisingly simple. Give every single item in your home a clear, consistent place to live. That doesn't mean you need a label maker or a Pinterest-worthy system. It means your keys always go on that one hook. Snacks go in the same drawer. The sunscreen isn't floating around the house, it's always in the basket by the door. Here's the beauty of this habit. Once a spot is chosen, the decisions get easier. You stop asking, where should I put this? It won't happen overnight, especially if your home is full, but start small, one drawer, one category, one daily item. Stick with it. Keep it simple, and make sure the system makes sense for you. When everything has a home, your home starts to feel calmer and easier to manage. And if you're ready to move on, the next video will take things a step further. We're going to get into something more practical, a clear checklist that you can follow when you're ready to roll up your sleeves and get started. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Now back to today's content. Next habit is create a paper flow that works. If there's one thing I've seen in almost every home, no matter how organized its paper piles, bills, school forms, old greeting cards, receipts, coupons, notes you wrote to yourself 6 months ago. They creep in quietly and pile up fast. Paper is tricky because it feels like it might be important, so we hold on to it, just in case. And slowly it becomes visual noise in every corner, the counter, the entryway, the desk, even the fridge. That's why this habit is less about organizing paper and more about deciding what to do with it immediately. Because when paper has no path, it becomes clutter. But when it has a flow, even a simple one, it stays under control. Here's the habit we follow at home. 1. When new paper comes in, decide immediately. Ask yourself, is this trash? Recycle it now. Does this require action? Write it on your to-do list and place it somewhere visible. Is this something I need to keep? Move to your save pile or file box. 2. Keep a temporary holding place. If you're not filing things right away, most people don't keep a 2-file bin or envelope. Then once a month, or even once a season, do a quick sort. Old receipts, expired coupons, and outdated school notes. Let them go. 3. Keep it ridiculously simple. Use categories that make sense for you. That might mean one folder for taxes, one folder for school or medical papers, one drawer for anything related to your home. Nothing fancy, just consistent. This habit isn't about perfect filing systems. It's about protecting your attention. Because when you always know what to do with a piece of paper, you stop wasting mental energy redeciding every time. A simple paper flow means less mess, fewer piles, and way fewer. Where did I put that moments? And in a house that already feels busy, that kind of peace is everything. Habit 3 is stop following the trends. There's a quiet kind of clutter that doesn't show up right away. It's the pile of things you bought because everyone else had them, not because you loved them, not because they fit your life, just because they're trendy. At some point, I had to admit something to myself. I wasn't shopping for me. I was shopping for the version of myself I thought I was supposed to be. Trendy, put together, Pinterest approved. It didn't make my home better, it made it noisier. So I started doing something really simple. Before I buy anything new, especially something I saw online or in someone else's house, I ask myself 3 questions. Do I actually like this, or do I just like how it looks on someone else? Will I still want this a year from now? Does this fit how I really live or how I wish I lived? These questions are small, but they've saved me from so many impulse buys. They help me stay grounded in what I actually value, not what I'm told to want. And here's something else that helps. When you see something beautiful or trendy, you can admire it and not bring it home. Just because something looks good in a photo doesn't mean it belongs in your space. When you stop chasing what's current, you make more room for what's true for who you are, how your family lives, and what genuinely makes you feel at home. And that's what keeps the clutter out. Not the right shelves, not the perfect aesthetic. Just honest choices made one quiet no at a time. Habit 4 is let go of perfection. Let's be honest, part of what makes decluttering and organizing so hard is the pressure to make it look perfect. Not just tidy, but photo-ready, matching bins, custom labels, folded towels that belong in a catalog, and if we can't do it perfectly, we don't start at all. That pressure is everywhere in magazines, on Instagram, even in our own heads. And while it might look inspiring, it can actually stop us in our tracks. We think, what's the point of decluttering this drawer if the rest of the room is still a mess? I don't have time to make it pretty, so I'll deal with it later. I should be more organized by now, but here's the truth. You don't need a perfect system, you just need one that works for you. Some of my favorite spaces in our home don't look like much. An old bin for swim gear, a drawer of mismatched food containers. They're not aesthetic, but they're simple and they make life easier, and that's what matters. So here's the habit. Choose progress over perfection, always. If it works but it's ugly, keep it. If it helps your family function, it's good enough. If it's not Instagrammable but makes your life smoother, celebrate that. This mindset isn't about settling. It's about freeing yourself from standards that were never designed for real life. Because perfection is loud. It's demanding. It says not good enough on repeat. But function, calm enough. Those are quiet. And they create a home that actually supports you. Letting go of perfection gives you permission to start and keep going. And that's what turns small changes into lasting peace. Next habit is, make room before you add. One of the biggest reasons homes feel chaotic isn't because we have too much stuff. It's because we keep adding, without ever deciding what to let go of. You bring in a new hoodie, but you still keep the 5 that don't fit. You get a new water bottle, but the old ones are still sitting in the cupboard. And before you know it, you're spending more time digging through options than actually enjoying what you own. So here's the habit. Every time you bring something new into your home, make space for it by letting something else go. It doesn't have to be an exact one-for-one swap every time, but the mindset is powerful. Ask yourself, what is this replacing? Do I still use or even like the older version of this thing? For example, you buy a new pair of jeans that fit beautifully. Great, let go of the 2 that haven't felt right in years. Your child gets a new birthday toy. Awesome. Have them choose one older toy to donate or pass along. You bring home a cute freebie from a work event. Before it lands in a drawer, ask, do I actually want this? If yes, what can it replace? This small shift from accumulating to exchanging makes a huge difference. Instead of slowly drowning in items you never meant to collect, you start curating your space again. You become more aware of what you already have, and you stop letting your home fill up by default. This is how you keep clutter in check without waiting for a massive declutter weekend. Because if something new is coming in, something else needs to make its way out. Habit 6 is use what you already have. One of the sneakiest ways clutter builds up is through good intentions. You find a new hobby, a new planner, a fun little project. You bring it home excited, and then it sits untouched while the next shiny thing catches your eye. That's exactly what happened to me. I had drawers full of notebooks unopened, paint sets, half-knit scarves. Not because I didn't care, but because I kept adding more before finishing what I had. And here are the useful habits you will need. Before you buy something new, challenge yourself to finish, or at least use something you already own. Pick one category: crafts, skincare, snacks, books, anything you tend to collect. Set up a small use-it-up basket somewhere visible. Finish one thing before adding another. You don't have to use it all at once, just start noticing. The more we use what's already here, the less we crave something new, and the calmer our homes feel. And your home slowly becomes lighter, clearer, and more peaceful without any major clean-out required. The next is pause before you bring it in. A few years ago, I started doing something that completely changed the way I think about stuff. I started picturing where things end up, not just where they start. And let me tell you, nothing shifts your mindset faster than a trip to the local landfill. I've been there. The smell, the piles, the broken furniture, forgotten toys, fast fashion tossed like it never mattered. And in that moment, something clicks. We don't need more stuff. What we need is to pause before it enters our homes at all. So the first habit is this: before you buy, accept, or bring anything home, stop and ask yourself one small question. Where will this be in a year? Will it be useful? Will it still work? Could I borrow it instead? Can I find it secondhand? I've started shopping with this quiet little filter in my head, and it has drastically slowed down the inflow of clutter. Not because I'm trying to be minimal, but because I'm trying to be more conscious for my home, my time, and the planet. This way, we consume less, waste less, and end up with a home that breathes. Some homes don't stay messy because we're lazy. They stay messy because life never slows down long enough to catch up. I used to start the day already overwhelmed. Dishes from last night still in the sink, backpacks dumped by the door, a half-folded load of laundry sitting on the couch because I never had a moment to finish it. And I'd tell myself I'll get to it later. But later never came because something else always took its place. So here's what finally helped. I built one small reset into my day. Just 10 minutes, at a time that worked for me. Some examples. After lunch, I'd walk through with a basket and return things to their room: shoes, toys, receipts, water bottles. While dinner simmered, I'd wipe down counters, throw out junk mail, and gather laundry from the bathroom floor. Before bed, I'd fluff the couch pillows, fold one blanket, and set out my coffee mug for morning. These aren't deep cleanse. They're interruptions to the chaos. It's not about doing everything. It's about choosing one small thing that creates a sense of reset. So the next time I walk into that space, it feels less like ugh and more like, okay, I've got this. This habit changed my life in the most unexpected ways. I used to store things based on where they belong, but not based on how I use them. So I kept dog treats in the pantry, but I always gave them at the front door. I stored gift wrap in the guest room closet, but always wrapped presents at the kitchen table. And the result, I'd walk around, gather things from 3 different rooms, and get annoyed before I even started. Here's the shift: store items where you actually use them, not where they should go. Real examples from my home. I keep a small basket of dog supplies, leash treats, waste bags by the front door, not in the laundry room. I have a pouch of cords and chargers right next to the couch where we always sit and recharge devices, not in the office drawer. Scissors, tape, and a Sharpie live in a small bin inside the kitchen cabinet, because that's where we always open packages and label school folders. Cleaning wipes under the bathroom sink, but also under the kitchen sink and in the car because messes happen everywhere. Every time I moved something closer to where I actually used it, my home became smoother. Less walking, less searching, less frustration. You don't have to reorganize your whole house. Just notice where the friction is and shift one item. Some clutter doesn't come from what we're keeping, but from what's in transition. Think about it. A bag of clothes to donate sitting by the stairs for weeks. Amazon returns shoved into your bedroom because you didn't want to forget them. A friend's Tupperware that keeps floating from counter to counter. Birthday party decorations that need to go back to storage. Items you borrowed and need to return but don't want to misplace. These things aren't clutter, yet. But because they don't have a home, they become visual noise and mental pressure. The fix. Create a landing zone just for the in-between. In my house, it's a medium basket in the front closet. Here's what goes in it. Things to return to a store. Outgrown clothes headed to a friend. Library books. I'm done reading. Items I'm loaning or giving away. Stuff I'm not ready to deal with but don't want floating around. That way I know exactly where to look when I'm heading out the door. No more last-minute scrambling. Other versions I've seen work well. A tote bag in the car trunk labeled Returns Donations. A basket on a shelf in the mudroom. A drawer by the front door labeled To Go. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just needs to exist. This habit keeps temporary things from turning into permanent messes. And it gives your brain a break because you're not trying to remember 12 little tasks at once. The truth is, you don't need a massive clean-out to feel better in your space. You just need one small habit done consistently to start shifting the energy in your home. If one of these habits spoke to you today, pick that one. Try it for a week. See how it feels. And remember, you're not behind. You're building something slowly, gently, in a way that works for you. And if you're ready to keep going, the next video will help you take that clarity one step further. We're going to walk through something more practical, a clear list you can follow when you're ready to roll up your sleeves and just get started. I'll see you there.